It's the most wonderful day of the year. Why? Because we get to play Dungeons and Dragons, and you get to watch our holiday adventure unfold. My name is Chris Perkins. I am one of the principal game designers on Dungeons and Dragons. And if you've never seen or played D&D before, first, you're in for a treat. But I am going to sort of explain what you're getting into. And then after I talk a little bit about D&D, I'm going to have my wonderful players introduce themselves and their characters to you.
Oh my God, I see some people I know.
Hey!
What's up, bro? How are you guys? What's
I'm
up?
so happy we're doing this.
Oh my God.
So Dungeons and Dragons is a game of shared storytelling, played among friends. And one of the great things about this game is that there's no predetermined outcome. I, in the role of the Dungeon Master, basically keep the story going as best I can and play some of the background characters that pop up in the story as well. But the action and the adventure is really driven by the players and the heroes that they're bringing to life. This group that comes together to solve problems together, to complete quests together, to overcome challenges together. It's their decisions and their actions that really propel the story forward, with the help of dice. Dice in D&D are used to determine the outcome of things that are uncertain. An attack roll against a monster. Does it hit or does it miss? The dice resolve that, and then the players improvise from there. That's basically D&D in a nutshell. So without further ado, starting with David, please tell me who you are and who your character is and what brought your character into a life of adventure.
Hi, my name is David Harbour. I today am playing a character called Kenny Kaboom. He is a level 3 sorcerer. And basically, Kenny's a human, we think. He was kind of a messed up kid growing up. He had some issues. He was kind of passed around, never really knew who his dad was. And so he wound up in some trouble, getting into like juvie prisons, things like that. And he developed these fiery powers at around 14. Like as he went through, he became a man, he developed this like incredible magic and sorcery. And he wound up just, because he was all messed up, just living life on a lamb and making money, manipulating people and all this stuff. And then he had a great love of his life, and that love died, and he doesn't talk about it. It's very mysterious. But after that point of living a certain way, he decided that day that he wanted to do some good in the world. And so he's set about now adventuring in a whole new way.
So the last group that Kenny was with got tired of humiliating him, so they up and left him. But Kenny's going to be sort of the core of the group that binds you all together, who's pulled you all together.
Yes.
He's a couple levels
Kenny.
higher than the rest of you because he's got some experience that you don't.
Yeah, and kind of my character will be kind of like the brooding, kind of like a real leader of everything, kind of saying like, listen, enough with the old, in with the new,
Wow.
That would serve Kenny very well, I'm sure, to have his power contested constantly.
Yeah, that's going to be great for me. I'm going to love that. Bring it on.
I'm Finn Wolfhard. My character is Sylvester the Wise. He's a half-elf paladin, level 1. He was abandoned at birth and was found by a woodsman who took him under his wing, and he became kind of his father, and he raised him, and Sylvester grew up thinking that he was his dad. He was basically in the woods his entire life, was getting food by himself, hunted and things like that. Never really went into town, and one day he did go into town and he saved someone from an attack, and he became kind of this legend of the town, but no one ever really saw him. They would say his name, but no one saw him again. He went back to the woods, and he kind of realized that people were talking about him, and so it propelled him to say, hey, I could probably be like a vigilante, and people maybe would pay attention to me now. So he kind of got this ego god complex thing, and slowly he's been doing more adventures, saving people, doing things for money, saving people for money, doing quests, and he is pretty, he has pretty good deception. He can lie pretty well. He's a little bit of a wild card. Definitely would love to be the leader of the group, even though people will never admit that he is the leader. He knows he is deep down.
All right, who would like to go next?
I'll go.
Great.
Okay, so I'll be playing Meryl Streep.
And who are you?
Oh, I'm Gaten Matarazzo. Hi, everybody. I will be playing as Meryl Streep, and Meryl Streep is a half-elf ranger presiding from the area in which the story is taking place. Lived there his whole life, all of 35 years. About 10 years ago, after he was on his way back from a nearby village from his day of studies, he witnessed a Yeti, a massive, massive Yeti, smashing his home in, killing his entire family. The Yeti was able to escape, and I left relatively unharmed, but I've made it my life's mission to track down this Yeti and avenge my family. I've been trying for 10 years, and despite my high wisdom and attuned to nature, I've been unsuccessful in finding him. So I thought that maybe joining this party will give me a better opportunity. Maybe being more group-oriented will help me find this Yeti and avenge my family, and maybe make a few friends.
You know what's weird? You know what's weird about that game is that...
No, I just
Is
love.
that what
I
the
love that
campaign
he's.
is? Are we looking for a Yeti?
God, I hope not. I don't think so. I can't possibly
It's
be.
definitely a side mission. You know what's weird, Gaten? What's weird is like it sounds like Meryl Streep, right?
It does a little. The actress. I don't
Was
know if
that
you've
on
heard of her.
purpose or?
Never. What?
Okay. Cool.
Natalia.
And Natalia.
God, I have to follow that.
Oh, it's easily followed. Trust me.
Hi, I'm Natalia Dyer, and this is my first time playing D&D, so I'm very excited. Okay, so my character is called Jinx, though that wasn't always her name. And so her story is that she is a high elf from a very powerful, noble elf family, but she was really bored of it and really wanted to see the rest of the world. And she met this charming rogue and ran away with him and joined his band of thieves and explored the world and learned their ways of trickery and cunning. And she was having a really good time hanging out with them until one day she overheard them talking about their plan to sell her back to her parents, which was very upsetting. Trust once broken is very hard to get back. But she fled, and she's been on the run ever since. She really doesn't trust people after that incident very easily, but she's very lonely and values her independence a lot, but would probably like to make some friends. But yeah, she's on the run a lot. So I guess that's how she ended up here.
So just before the show, we were playing a little game of compare the ability scores. Do you want to talk a little bit about that as a group?
I think so.
Yeah.
Okay. Everyone say your biggest strength and your biggest weakness.
Unfortunately, I'm. What is the paladin's name again? Stefan? What is
Sylvester.
it?
Sylvester.
Stefan.
Unfortunately, I think that Sylvester and unfortunately, I think that Sylvester and I are like kind of linked in this way that my charisma is off the charts. I'm like a 19 charisma, which means like it's literally almost unheard of. I mean, it's like if Brad Pitt, was
Brad Pitt.
Was Brad Pitt, basically. But my weakest my weakest trait is actually my wisdom, but my intelligence is not far behind. So I'm very unintelligent and very unwise.
Very
But coupled
charming.
with this dynamic charm and charisma, yeah. I mean, Stefan,
yeah,
I mean, Sylvester, you're like in that way as well, right?
Yeah, with that, yeah. So I got, my biggest thing is charisma. It's +5 charisma. My wisdom is 1, and my intelligence is 0.
What?
Oh no,
Does that
that's
make
like
sense?
that's your bonus.
Oh, that's your
Right, that's my
bonus.
bonus. Sorry,
Right,
that's my
okay.
bonus. That's my bonus.
Yeah, oh my
but
God.
for the record,
It's
it's
like-
bad.
Jesus.
Okay, so my strength is 14. Or no, I guess
Okay.
we changed it, so now it's 16. I have a breastplate, so that's 16 strength,
Wait, what?
15 dex. Does that make sense still?
I don't think so.
Oh, your
Why
breastplate
does-
was for your armor class,
Yeah.
not your strength.
Oh, okay. So, yeah, but so still, charisma is my biggest thing, wisdom is my least, and intelligence is also great. But,
What number is your charisma? Like what is your charisma?
16.
Cool. So I am more
pretty
charming
good.
than you still.
So 16.
I just wanted to make sure. I knew that I was. I just wanted to
Right.
make sure the numbers lined up.
No, yeah, it's
Like on
more
paper.
that the numbers added up. Yeah,
Gaten, you're like, what are you a whiz at?
See, my highest is by far my wisdom. I've been living in the wilderness by myself, and I've been able to become kind of one with the world around me and understand not just the people I come across, but the worlds I live in. I have a 19 wisdom.
Whoa, jeez.
I rolled
have-
really well. I rolled
have a 9.
really, really well.
I have a 9
You
wisdom.
have a
so that
9
should be-
wisdom?
we should
well,
be
I'm
the same.
wiser
We
than
should-
you.
No,
You
we should be
see,
the same.
I also, because I've had to survive on my own in the wilderness for the past 10 years, especially in the conditions that we live in, I also have a constitution of 17, so I can take a punch.
Wow.
I can actually
Gonna be
mend my
useful.
own wounds quite well. It is quite useful, especially out in these crazy times. Now, what I think I lack in actually here is most I lack is in charisma and intelligence. I don't interact with a lot of people very much, and I don't really rack a book all that often because I'm out hunting yetis. So I have a charisma. My lowest score is a charisma at 10. That's my lowest. So I'm pretty awesome.
Let me do the talking.
I can
Okay,
also do
I'll
the
let you do
talking
the
to you.
talking.
I can also do the talking as well, David.
10
I'll do the
charisma. No good.
So, yeah, okay. Natalia, what's yours?
Right. So my dexterity and my intelligence are 16, and that's my highest.
That's pretty good.
Same with
good.
me.
Does that work out?
that makes
Great,
sense.
all right. Okay, so really smart, really quick, but I am very weak and fragile.
There you go.
You're an old lady,
I'm like
essentially. You're an old
like
lady
a
that.
flower, just crushed so easily.
Yeah,
I have a strength of 8.
Oh, whoa. Hey, wait, David, what's your
You
strength?
guys can do the heavy lifting, right?
My
Somebody.
strength is 8. I won't be doing much heavy lifting.
Wait, am I the
okay, cool.
strongest?
Is anybody
no.
strong?
I'm
no,
at
no,
13.
Oh,
So
guys,
overrated when you can talk your
Guys.
way out of situations.
No,
Strength
guys, you
is
know what's
so
great?
Overrated.
You know what's
What's
awesome
great?
is that, like,
What's great,
is being
Sylvester?
able to like be is being able to like talk through a situation really well, but also be the strongest one of the group with 14 strength.
Oh, you look at.
Have you seen Sylvester's muscles yet? Have you seen
Paladin power.
Flex.
Well,
Flex
you'll
right
see
now.
them.
Okay.
Yeah, in real, I'm 120
Right.
pounds of fury.
All right. Well, everybody, let's get this show on the road. Welcome to Lost Odyssey, Toy Time for 10 Towns, a D&D adventure. So, there is a region north of the Spine of the World Mountains called Icewind Dale. It's in the far, far north, where there's always snow and it's always deep and it's very, very cold. And in the wintertime, as it is now, very dark. And all of civilization in 10 towns is basically huddled around a cluster of small settlements. known as 10 towns because there are 10 settlements. They are the flickering candle lights of civilization in this untamed, unforgiving frontier. And the people who live here are tough. They either grew up here in this environment and are hardy fisher folk, hunters, loggers, and so forth, or they came here either to test their mettle against the elements or to escape from some problem that they left behind elsewhere in the world. They might be outlaws, they might be criminals, they might be fugitives, they might be refugees, or adventurers. One such adventurer, Kenny Kaboom, got in with a group of adventurers who went on an adventure up a mountain, and he came back with the carcass of a slain young white dragon, the head of which is now mounted on a wall of the Northlook Tavern and Inn, which he, for that gift, he now has as much room and board for free as he wants here.
Yeah.
And so he's sitting proudly under this mounted dragon's head, having assembled another group of adventurers since the previous group basically abandoned him.
So,
I liked it up
I'm sorry,
until
wait,
that
can we go back?
point.
Sorry.
I
Sorry,
like,
yeah.
no.
Wait.
We'll skip over that.
Can we go back?
We don't need
Can
to
we go
talk
back?
about that. We don't. Excuse
Can
me.
we go back to the part where
I'm gonna use a
David
charisma
slayed-
persuasion check to just stop him from asking that question. I stare at him. I stare at him with this look in my eye that's like, don't go there, pal. And
David slayed a dragon, put it on his wall, and he was so unlikable that his group left
Listen.
him.
Excuse me, the name's Kenny. First of all,
Sorry.
the name's Kenny.
Sorry, not David. Well,
We're in
You're pretty
now.
sure, looking at the very wiry Kenny, that he did not slay that dragon by himself, but he certainly
Okay.
had a hand in it, because you can see the dragon's covered with burn scorch marks and everything, and that's pretty much Kenny's forte. So there are other trophies mounted on the walls that have been donated by other hunters and adventurers over the years, including a big knucklehead trout that hangs stuffed and mounted over a fireplace mantle. And you can see that the tavern is a bustle with locals enjoying the honey mead that is made locally here. But Kenny has brought the three of you together, or at least coaxed you into sitting around long enough so that he can tell you what he's got in mind. On Midwinter's Night, the children of 10 towns customarily receive toys from a toy maker named Fritz von Weirg, who lives on a distant island and delivers the toys in a sleigh pulled by reindeer made of snow.
I've never
I
heard
don't
of
like
him.
him. I don't like him.
His island in the sea of moving ice is very remote and difficult to get to. Now, last year, as Icewind Dale found itself in the grip of a terrible winter, the toys never came. And this year, with the land still trapped in everlasting winter, the leaders of 10 towns fear that the toys might not come once more. And so
Are we about to
these
save
local-
Christmas?
these local leaders have asked Kenny kindly if he would gather some friends together, travel to Fritz von Weirg's island, and make sure that the toys get delivered this year for the good of the children of 10 towns.
Guys,
Yes, Kenny.
listen. I know in this world it's not called Christmas, but we gotta save Christmas. All right?
Yeah, did someone use the word earlier? Did someone use the word friend? Because friend is a very loose term. You get an evite once, and all of a sudden you're best friends with someone.
Friend is not a term you just throw around, but
Guys,
No, but that's fine. It's
I
fine.
guess
guys,
in
I
the
need your help.
holiday
You know why?
spirit.
You know
Why?
why? Because look at these kids. Look at these kids around this bar. They shouldn't be here. It's a bar. But look at all these kids. Why are they here? Don't ask that. Let's just look in their faces. They're so expectant.
Yeah, they're really
'cause last
drunk.
year,
They really
they're drunk, sure, but they also look expectant because last year they got no presents, and I'm just worried that this year they're not going to get presents again, guys. So hey, listen, Stefan. I mean Sylvester.
Sorry, I was
you
looking
like
at-
children, right? You like bringing happiness to children, don't you?
I wouldn't say that. But
Okay, listen.
I would, whatever floats your boat. I'd like to help, but I'd like to establish
great.
ground
All right, that's
rules.
all
would
I
like
need to hear. Jinx, you look like someone with a soft heart. Someone who still wants to believe in human beings. Am I right, Jinx?
Yeah, normally I steal from children, but I think I'm trying to turn over a new leaf.
Awesome. And then listen. You, Meryl. We might possibly bump. I mean, we are going to snowy territory. Okay.
I will go with you on the sole purpose of that I might run into that one Yeti with the scar on its face that murdered
I think.
Sylvester.
I was supposed to go. This was supposed to be.
All I can say is this. It's going to be a great adventure, but hey.
It's going to be an adventure.
You see that white dragon?
I see the dragon,
to this. I'm Kenny Kaboom. And I want to tell you something. This is my pledge. I'm pretty sure shit's going to go right for me.
Here's the other thing. I was supposed to go skiing. I did not go skiing. Can you refund me for the day passes that I got?
Come on, let's go. Let's get out of here. I want to go to that island.
I'd like to try.
Is there any business that you would like to deal with in the warmth of this tavern with all these locals around, or are you content just to follow Kenny's lead?
What? Yeah. I want to. Are any of the children around?
So there are some children who are basically roasting marshmallows in the hearth. They've all got flappy woolen hats on and mitts because they've been outside playing and they're kind of cold. There are also some children you can see outside through the frosted glass of the window, body slamming and suplexing each other into snowbanks.
I see. Now, I'm going to take a look outside the window of the tavern and notice that one of those children looks like my sister, who was, I don't know if you heard this, killed by a Yeti. And I'd like to go and approach in the hopes that maybe my sister had survived and maybe at least get a glimpse of what she used to be and converse with this young person.
Yes,
So
astonishing resemblance. You sort of even you even have to clean the glass off to take a better look to make sure you're not.
I'm looking, and I see pointed ears. Maybe she's also half elf. Maybe that.
And then Sylvester goes out and he kind of goes beside, he goes beside Meryl and goes, "Oh my God, that's Madonna. That's totally Madonna."
Is that
Yeah,
Madonna?
you see that these kids are so bundled up with scarves over their heads and whatnot. It's really, really hard to discern unless you sort of peel away, or pull off a hat or something.
Well, that's a lot. I don't think we need to take the.
Do we have winter clothes to go out and look for these things?
You do, yeah. Everybody in Icewind Dale is dressed with cold weather clothing that's layered.
But
So I guess we
Sylvester
don't
kind of
really know. Do we know exactly what we're going to? Some island, right?
Yeah, so Kenny, you have some more information that you haven't communicated yet, probably because it's need to know. But you, with the help of the town leaders, you have made arrangements with a guide, a woman named Oya, to lead you from 10 towns across the tundra to the Sea of Moving Ice, where you will then rendezvous with a group of indigenous whale hunters who will take you by boat to the island.
On the Sea of Moving Ice.
And now is it?
I paid a lot for these tickets.
Is it a warmer island? Should Sylvester bring flip flops?
No, it's a cold, icy island.
It's a cold, icy place.
I'm gonna see how. I don't think I'll need it. I'll go in my muscle tee and see kind of like how it goes. I'll bring my Canada Goose just in case, but I think I should be fine.
Yeah.
So what was her name? The woman I'm. Oya?
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Is Oya around? Is she in the bar?
Oya is at the end of the bar, drinking a big mug of grog. You can see
Whoa.
that she is a very tall, about 6'4" woman, broad-shouldered, and probably could punch her way through a stone wall.
Wait, is she like, what race is she?
She is a race you know called Goliath. They are basically gigantic people. They stand about 7 feet tall, and they have
Yeah. And Sylvester kind of whispers into Kenny's ear, "It's just me, or is she really pretty?"
And
Sylvester,
I'd
do you
say,
have a
go for it, man.
do you have a crush
Go-
on this
go talk to
on
her.
this Oya?
Oh,
Okay,
God.
I'm gonna go talk to this.
Wow. He's about to get some
This
digits.
10, this freaking 10 over
Just
here.
Make sure. Look, go. You can go have a cup. You can do what you need to do. Just make sure we leave the bar. We're going on this adventure, no matter
Okay,
what happens
sure.
between you. Okay, but just go ahead. Yeah,
Okay.
you can go talk to her. Go talk to her.
Okay, Sylvester approaches Oya.
Okay. She's been keeping kind of one eye on the group, so she sees you come over. She has another cup, another mug of grog in front of her that she hasn't even started yet. She's about halfway through the one she has in her hand.
Okay, Sylvester says, "Hey, hey." Good.
Hello.
Oh, wow! I didn't. Your accent, it's so exotic. I wanted to ask about this. Do you know about this island, perhaps? We're going to.
I know that the island. I know that the island is where you're going.
Okay. Well, do you know anything about the island?
She says, I have never been on the island, but I have been told that the toy maker's workshop is there. He lives in some old ice-covered castle.
Ice-covered castle. Cool. Okay.
He is a powerful wizard, they say.
A wizard.
Okay. Well, I was talking to her. Yeah, this is Meryl.
We're allowed to listen in. We're here as a group, Sylvester, and I think that
it's-
we established
Yeah,
that you are really
rude.
the leader
It's
here.
cool. They're doing their thing. It's totally fine.
I have acquired toboggan and snowshoes.
You have snowshoes?
Okay.
For
We're
all
heading
of
somewhere. Oh, wow. Okay. Thank you. Okay, so we just put. That's very nice of you. We just.
This is
put those
arrangement I made with Kenny. Did he not tell you?
You didn't tell us about the snowshoes.
on. No, but no, he didn't. But
Kenny.
I'm so glad that we ended up. I ended up getting to meet you.
Hey guys, how's it going? Are we about ready to take off?
Yep.
Sylvester, you all right? We're good here, right? We can just leave now, right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
we're crystal is clear.
Oh yeah, we'll finish the half mug she's got, and then she'll finish the other mug completely. She'll just guzzle it down. Then she slams both mugs on the bar and says, "Very good. We leave soon. Yes."
Thanks, Oya. Yes, I
she
would like
drunk?
to.
Hard to tell until she tries to get off the stool, and you do see she sort of bumps her head into a rafter unintentionally.
Oh, good.
Oh, yeah.
I feel very good about this voyage.
Oya, do you think that you're going to be okay to travel at this moment? I know you've had a couple drinks. Is that okay?
Everything is good. This is going to
Okay.
be best trip ever.
Great.
Well, she seems
it's a
really
toboggan,
positive.
you know?
Famous last words.
What's the worst?
All this
that can
grog
happen?
in my stomach makes me
Suck it
so
up,
hot.
man.
Oh yeah, it makes me hot. I mean, no, totally. It makes. I'm excited too.
All right. Let's get on that toboggan. Drinks.
Let's get on
I
that
got
toboggan.
the drinks, Oya. Don't worry about it. Just put on my tab.
You have a tab.
Yes.
Yeah, you can. I like own this, but I got my own chair under a dragon.
Town
You
leaders,
think I don't have a
town
tab?
leaders are very grateful to you for all you've done. So free drinks for you.
I
Congratulations.
would say that's a bad brag to have your own name in a bar because you go so much.
Hey, come on now. Take
By
what
the
I
door,
can
she
get
picks
around
up a backpack and sort of slings it over her back, and you can see it reeks of fish.
God.
And when she steps out into the snow with her big boots on, she just trudges over to where there's like a shed. Now, once you get out into the cold, you have to completely cover yourselves head to toe with furs and scarves and everything. Otherwise, the wind whipping through town will just tear you to shreds.
Wow.
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 Okay. Let's
Violent.
bundle up, all.
All right.
Cool.
All right, Leah, which direction are we headed?
North.
North. More north than we are now?
Farther north than you have ever been, probably.
Okay. Gonna get cold.
It's going to get very cold, but you will be safe because you're with me. And I know the way. I know the safe trails.
And these are,
Let's
what
go,
are we getting
then.
on? Are we getting on a dog sled here? What are we getting on?
Oh, so there are snowshoes that have been strapped to this long toboggan, but there's room on the toboggan so that you can all basically just sit on it. And you see Oya basically takes off her backpack, throws it in the front of the toboggan, and starts fitting herself with a loose leather harness, like she's going to pull you through the snow.
She's gonna be...
I love a strong woman.
Okay.
Yeah, I didn't.
That
tell you
works for
guys
me.
about
She
this
seems
part.
equipped to do so.
Okay? So do you all climb on the toboggan then with your gear?
Yes, I'd like
Yeah,
to.
I don't know if I trust her a whole lot.
Okay.
I'm sorry, what do you not trust about her? Because I thought that she was pretty...
Just something. Maybe it just smells fishy to me.
Are you
Her
not
pack
gonna go on 'cause
literally
you said
smells
she
fishy.
Smells? You think she smells?
I'm suspicious, but trying to turn over a new leaf. Yeah, I'll get on.
I'll get on.
Okay, so you'll kind of have to sit on the toboggan in single file with one person at the front, and two in the middle, and one at the back. Now, the toboggan is on runners, of course. There's the flat bed of the toboggan, but then there's a part at the back, like a lot of husky sleds, which you can actually stand on and just hold a handle and sort of stand at the back. So if somebody wants to, they can basically be perched on that back part of the toboggan. Do you have
I'd
any
like to keep an
preference?
eye out.
Okay,
I'd like
great.
to have a good little view of our surroundings. I'd like
That will
to,
certainly
Isn't
help
it?
you.
It's about the Yeti.
It's always
100%
about the Yeti,
Yeti.
Sylvester. It's not going to stop being about the Yeti until I find and kill him. Or her.
You're lucky I'm a nice leader. You're lucky I'm
You're
such the
not.
nicest leader.
You're not. We are
I
off
am.
to a
Wanna
bad
be-
start with you.
And then I get. Do
because-
you want to be in front, Sylvester?
Oh, yeah, I thought that was already
Okay,
like, just
you're in
established.
front. I'll be behind you. Jinx, you can be behind me, and then we got our
then we got
ranger in the
Meryl.
back on the
Hi, everybody.
standing up. Yeah, okay.
Got it.
Looking around.
Excellent.
It looks clear to me right now. Nothing of worry.
Yeah, well, you just see lots of blowing snow right now.
Yeah, lots of
and,
snow.
And lots of dark houses and where people live. But as she gets the loose harness over her and she starts to pull on it, Sylvester, you realize you're closest to her backpack, and that smell of fish is almost so overpowering you can hardly bear it. But now you've sort of made that choice, and well, now you have
Well,
to
you
live
do,
with it.
you do these things for love, right? So it's like one of those things. It's,
Once she gets out of town, Oya transforms before your eyes into a polar bear.
What?
And the loose harness that she's wearing just sort of tightens as her form fills out until it's good and snug. And then
And
she
so-
just starts to trundle at full speed through the snow.
And Sylvester turns back to Kenny and says, "Just when I thought she couldn't get any hotter."
I knew it. I knew you were going to say it.
All right. Then we have a montage where we see this polar bear pulling these four adventurers on a sleigh through the snow of the tundra. The sun doesn't rise, it stays dark the whole time, but you're on the sleigh for a long time until your butt is numb and sore, except, of course, for Meryl, who's standing at the back, who's getting a lot of the wind
I think, my nose is a little numb. I got the run. I don't have the runs.
You got the runs?
I have the runs currently. It's a bit of an issue. Dysentery.
That would slow down the journey somewhat. You'd have to stop them.
you're telling me.
Meryl, do you want a Cliff Bar?
I'd love a Cliff Bar if you have a Cliff Bar.
I don't have one. I was really craving one today.
Well, now I want a Cliff Bar.
You see all the tears from the wind that Merrill has shed are just sort of frozen to his face.
Frozen to my face.
Yeah.
It looks pretty cool, actually. But actually, because I'm getting pretty cold up here, I know I'm used to all this hunting Yetis in the wilderness for 10 years and all. But I was hoping, Kenny, do you think you could switch with me for a bit? I'd like to rest my legs a little and get some of this ice and melt it off my face, maybe.
You know, I really like sitting down, but I'm going to help you out. I cast I cast this spell. It's called Prestidigitation.
Prestidigitation?
And it basically, it's like a minor sort of trick thing, and it's going to cast a warm sunlight feeling on your face. So even though the tears are streaming down, and they are, sticking to your face, you're going to feel like you're on a beach in whatever the Dungeons & Dragons version of Hawaii is.
Amazing. Give me some of that. Give me some of that.
Awesome.
Really nice.
I love magic.
Does he have to roll for that, or is he good?
Nope, he's good. It just happens.
I feel great, Kenny. Kenny, thank you.
Hey, what are leaders for?
Hey, there you go.
I'm sorry, what?
Oh, jumping ahead.
Kenny,
Never mind.
I've acknowledged you as my leader, Kenny. Kenny, you are my leader.
Thank you. No need to say it out loud.
You reach the coast, and you can see that the sea of moving ice is called that because it's full of these icebergs. You can see them like teeth drifting on the tumultuous water. But Oya has brought you to a place on the coast where there are a number of big wooden boats moored, and she turns back into a Goliath, pulls some more clothes out of her backpack so that she doesn't freeze, quickly puts them on while saying, "You wait here, I'll negotiate with whalers and get you passage on a ship."
Okay, I love you. Okay, bye.
And she stomps off, leaving you alone by the toboggan in the cold. And you realize there's a lovely kind of gradual slope down toward the boats that she is currently striding down, but you're perched on top of in this toboggan.
Oh dear.
So just recap, Chris. We're watching basically from the toboggan. What's going on exactly?
Yeah, from high ground in your toboggan, watching her walk down the slope to these boats on the shore.
Do you guys think we should? Yeah, I was gonna say, do you guys? Well, we could help her. Well, I wasn't really gonna say that, but I mean, I guess we could sled down and help her out. But if we see maybe, we stay here, and if we see something unusual, we go down. Or I can take the lead. Well, I can take the lead if you want.
I don't think you need to. I'm in my terrain. This is what I do. So if you guys want to hang back, I feel like I feel comfortable accompanying Oya.
Totally.
Where we are now, I think.
Is there some sort of role? Like, does somebody? Jinx has some intuition that this is a bad deal or something, right? Or it seems
wrong,
like
Jinx?
is there some kind of role we could make to some kind of intuition?
You could make a wisdom check to determine whether or not she's hiding something from you.
I do have a +4 wisdom skill and an insight sense.
Okay.
So I can roll adding +4.
You can, yeah.
I'll do so. Everyone cool with that? If I roll till
Yes, please. You're the wisest among us.
Any of you can.
Okay. Because I'm used to this situation around here, I'm gonna listen to Jinx and think.
I just rolled and I got a natural 20.
Oh,
whoa!
You did.
All right.
I rolled 15. There he goes. 20.
That's
right
amazing.
There.
Okay, first roll of the game is a nat 20. That's really great.
Wow.
Suspicious.
Yes.
How did the rest of you do?
I got a 15.
Oh, maybe I should roll then.
Not a natural 15. I added the bonus. I got 15.
All right, so it was. Sorry, you roll. So you do the d20 and then you add which. We're rolling for basically for us to say what's going on down there and like what the suspicion is essentially.
Exactly.
Right.
So if you have, for instance, Sylvester, you don't have the insight skill as a skill, but you do have a wisdom bonus of -1. So you roll a d20 and you subtract 1.
Wow.
Okay, and that's basically okay. So and based on that, if I could basically be like Sylvester thinks that this is happening. Okay.
Yeah, correct.
So okay.
6.
So
So Jinx, what is your wisdom?
overall,
What's the bonus that you get for your wisdom score?
okay, it says +1.
Excellent. I don't think Jinx is trained in insight, but she does get to add her +1 wisdom bonus to the roll.
Okay. I think it was a 5 when I rolled it, so I guess that's not great.
That's 6.
Okay.
Wait, so we both
All right.
got 6s.
Yeah, so both Jinx and Sylvester don't really have a good read on this Goliath woman who can turn into a polar bear, and they're not really sure if she's on the up and up or not. But both the ranger and the sorcerer get a good bead on her that she's frank, she's to the point. There's no pretense about her. I think that what you're sensing, particularly you, Kenny, is that she thinks she has a relationship with whalers. She knows this. She knows what they're like, and she's worried that if she lets you all negotiate with them, you might get swindled or you might not be treated fairly, and so she's just going to deal with it.
So she wants like the best. She wants the best for us in this situation, understanding we might be, let's say, mistreated by these whalers.
Yeah, she fears that some of you or all of you might be sort of taken advantage of.
Oh. Sounds like Sylvester,
but she's
for
a
sure.
7-foot tall Goliath, so whalers are probably not of a mind to try to put one over on her.
Yeah, I'd be like,
So
guys, listen, I got this. She's cool, all right? She's cool.
Yeah,
she's cool.
Relax. Everything's
I know
cool.
she's-
This
I know
deal-
she's cool.
This whaler
I know
deal,
she's
boat
cool.
deal is gonna go down just fine. Don't worry.
Exactly.
I'm excited.
If Dave Bautista walked up to me and asked for my lunch money, I just hand it to him and say, "Here you go, sir."
So shall we join her then? Shall we go down and join her now that we've established that we can trust her?
No, wait, but she knows what she's doing, right? We should
Oh,
just let
she's-
her do her thing, right?
Yeah, we'll just hang up here on the
Okay.
ledge,
Yeah.
on the slippery ledge.
Okay.
Okay, great.
Let's do it then.
Yeah, so you're on the
got
top
it.
of this slope in this toboggan, waiting for the negotiations or some sort of signal. And then she finally, after talking to these whalers for about 10 minutes, waves you down.
Okay.
Oh, okay.
She's waving me down.
being
She's
in the-
waving me down. She's waving me down.
You can stop. Me being in the back, I'm going to use my foot to push us off on the toboggan. Everybody hold on quickly because I'm going to send us down there in this toboggan. So
I
get
was
ready
hoping you'd say that.
And push.
I was hoping you'd say that.
There you
All
go.
right. You are now bombing down this snowy slope in a toboggan, heading toward a bunch of ships and the water. I would like each of you to make either a strength athletics check
Oh God.
Ooh, athletic.
to-
I have an
or-
athletic sense.
or a dexterity acrobatics check to try to control this toboggan as it barrels down the
God.
hill.
I have
So-
an athletics proficiency bonus of +3.
That's what you'll add to your roll.
So I'll add +3 to my roll.
You will add +3 to your roll. Now, Jinx, you might have acrobatics as a skill.
Yeah.
18.
Oh yeah, it's +7. Can I do that?
Yeah, so you add +7 to your d20 roll.
Whoa.
Good for you.
So the good news is only half or more of you have to succeed at this check because it's called a
We did
group
it
check.
already, I think, right?
Well, I'll let you know. So we've got a 17, right?
18. 18. we
18.
got.
16.
A 16. Kenny?
7.
Okay. and Sylvester.
What are you eating?
Donut.
Yummy.
So it's my roll plus. So my strength is +2.
Right, so you'll get at least a +2 bonus, but you also have training in athletics, the skill. So you can use
Right.
that number instead, and that number is +4.
Oh, okay.
So you can add
I got-
4 to your roll.
I got 12.
Okay, the magic number, at least 2 of you had to get higher than a 15, and you succeeded.
Hey.
So you were able to guide this down smoothly and bring it to a stop almost like within 5 feet of the Goliath and the whalers. Like you've been doing, like you do this for a living.
Well, I kind of do,
Thank
hunting
you,
the Yeti and all.
Jinx.
Thank you, Jinx.
Okay, yeah, we're all like.
That's a
thanking Jinx
situation
here.
my and Sylvester's charm could not get us out of. Thank you for your actual athletic ability.
It's true. It is true. I will admit it for once.
All right. Now, this is where Oya says she is going to bid you farewell. She has taken you as far as she can. You are now at the mercy of the whalers, who will see you safely to Fritz von Weirg's island.
Sylvester, you need to get her address so you can write to her.
She probably lives in a cave, man. She's a polar bear, right?
Yeah, you're writing down her address, and she's saying the Tundra, Icewind Dale.
She's a
I was
polar bear.
Oh yeah, I was wondering maybe if I could have your coordinates so that we can maybe talk after this adventure.
Can he roll with that? Can he please roll for that?
Can I roll?
With
Go
charisma?
ahead and make either a charisma check, which for you is +3, or you can use your persuasion, which is +5.
I'm gonna go for charisma.
Okay.
What?
Well, you want to use your persuasion because it's just better.
Right, I know, but
+5.
I feel like it'll be funnier if it fails.
Okay, great.
No, don't worry. Hold on. Because if you win the check, I have my own plans. So
Okay.
roll your highest number, pal.
Okay. Highest number.
What you got?
That's 16.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, well,
I
wait.
get
But
to talk to her.
as she's persuading him, I'd like to also roll a persuasion check. I'd like to sort of subtly hint to her for her to give him a fake number.
Oh, okay.
You know? Just so I'm like,
You piece
make
of
sure you
shit.
give him your real number or something. And I'm going to put a +6 perception. Damn it.
Oh,
Yeah.
what?
See?
8
See?
plus 6 is only 14.
You know what happens with this
Okay.
is these little crybabies that they try to put you under the bus, and this time the guy gets to be the leader, and he gets to be the
Meant
girl.
to
You make the
be.
girl of his dreams.
All right, look.
All right. Well, despite your best attempt, it does not discourage her from giving Sylvester contact information for her, as well as an idea of where she'll be in the next 30 days.
There
Yeah.
you go.
And
Wow.
I'd like to add also like a little cue card with her coordinates and like a disgusting slobbery like lipstick mark, but from a bear. If you can imagine that.
I'm really excited to see the litter that you guys come up with. It's going to be really
Jinx.
an exciting year next year for you, Sylvester.
Jinx, what do you think about this whole situation? You seem quite
Oh.
content to just sit back and let this go down.
I'm used to hanging around groups of boys, and I know how this goes.
Gotcha.
Totally.
All right. And then
Whalers.
Oya will shake your hands and then stomp off back into the tundra, dragging the toboggan behind her, but leaving your gear in heaps where you can fetch it all. The whalers will haul your stuff onto one of their ships and welcome you aboard, and then set sail to the island. The ocean voyage is tumultuous because the waters are so chaotic and ever-shifting. And as they're weaving around the icebergs and staying out of harm's way, masterfully, I might say, I would like all of you to make a Constitution saving throw. What that is a D20 roll, and you add your Constitution modifier to the roll, and nothing else.
I have a constitution.
Unless you have, unless you have a Constitution saving throw bonus that's higher, and that would be listed in the saving throw as part of your character sheet if you know
Where
it.
can I? Yeah, Chris? Where do I find that?
So if you're using the D&D Beyond app, for instance, your saving throws are right under your Strength, Dexterity, and Constitution ability scores.
So if you don't have the saving throw, you just add your bonus from Constitution?
That's right.
Are you talking about? I have some bonus points, like bonus charisma, bonus.
Ooh.
You don't apply charisma or anything, just your con bonus.
What are we trying to hit?
Oh, got it. It's plus. Okay, so I have 7.
That's a good question. What you're trying to hit is a secret. I don't tell you that until you know until I tell you whether you succeeded or failed.
I rolled a 19.
19
I
is good.
added my plus 3 to it, so it adds up to 19.
High is always good.
4.
4.
I got 3 plus 1.
Oh no.
Damn.
Okay.
That's bad.
Jinx?
Okay, I got 14. I don't feel
Excellent.
as bad.
You're great.
Yeah,
And
that
Sylvester, how did you do?
That was ridiculous. I got 7.
Okay. Those who failed their Constitution saves, in this case, are illustrious leaders, Kenny and Sylvester, are absolutely green with sickness the entire voyage and puking their guts out off the sides of the ship.
Yummy.
Whatever.
Oh man.
And they're so nauseous the whole time that they can't even. They
Jinx.
can't.
Yeah.
Jinx, do you have any Pepto?
I don't think so. I don't really think this far ahead. Maybe
I
I
want to see if I...
could steal some for you.
Yeah.
And after a sickening voyage of copious amounts of vomit, Sylvester and Kenny are delighted when the whalers point toward the bow and you see coming through the cold mists a wondrous island illuminated by a night sky that's alight with the curtain of the Aurora Borealis.
Beautiful.
Oh.
Very nice.
The whaling ships have dropped you off on the island. The whalers bid you good luck and adieu, and they head back out to sea. They say that they will come by again in some amount of time, 12 hours, say, to make sure that you're okay. But until then, you're on your own. When you sortie out into the island, you see it's covered with a blanket of snow, and it rises up toward a peak in the middle that's probably some ancient extinct volcano. And there are trees growing on the slopes, but they too are caked in snow. And as you make your way away from the water and the exposed wind, further inland where you can get a reprieve from the icy blast, there are all of these bits of junk lying around in the snow. Like somebody took some sort of machinery or contraption and just tore it up into pieces and scattered it all over the place. Very strange.
I didn't know if I could do I have an investigation check. I don't know
Sure.
if I could go over and look at one of those piles of junk and see if there's anything that might be of use to us, or I can see what might have brought this pile of junk to where it is. Do you think I can roll for that?
Absolutely. Go ahead and make
Amazing.
an investigation roll, adding your investigation bonus.
What is my investigation bonus? How will I know?
So you, on your D&D Beyond character sheet, you've got your skills listed under intelligence, wisdom, and charisma. There's a skill bar that has acrobatics, animal handling, arcana, and so on and so forth. If you go far enough down that list, you'll see investigation is your skill, and you have a +2.
I have a +2, so I add to whatever I get. Yay.
Exactly.
19.
Okay, you notice two things right off the bat with your incredible roll. One, it looks like these are the remains of toys that have been torn apart. And two, the tearing apart of the toys is reminiscent of a Yeti attack, and only you would know that.
Ah! Oh my gosh, there's no way. Guys, I know this is bananas. I've been searching for this Yeti all by myself for years, and I said maybe if I joined a group I could find it. maybe if I joined a group and made some friends, it could work. And
That's
guys,
insane.
I've seen that a Yeti did this on this island. That a Yeti destroyed and dismantled these toys and put it here in this pile.
You hear a little voice say, "You're right. There's a Yeti on this island and he's really scary."
Who's this? Where's this voice coming from?
Popping out of snowbanks like they were hiding there are a bunch of weird little toys. You can see hopping wooden tetrahedrons with letters painted on their sides. You can see a stuffed animal that kind of looks like a ambulatory camel, but with a shark's head. There is a hula square that sort of tumbles out of a snowbank. It's supposed to be like a hula hoop, but it's a square. And then a bunch of other toys start to pop out as well. There's a doll which has a hammer for a head, a dollhouse that does not have any doors, and a wooden horse with a head on both ends.
So we've landed on the island of misfit toys.
Dude, these are some sick toys.
These are some sick toys.
Who made
I don't
these
like the look of
toys?
this at all. Coupled with that music cue, this seems like a bad situation.
This seems like a bad vibe, guys.
All I know is that there's a Yeti out there, and I will talk to anybody here to find it. I will.
The creature that was making that goofy voice is a little puppet of a boy with a point. It looks like a puppet elf that comes out, and is just its little mouth is moving as it's speaking in that voice.
Can I talk to it? For him?
Yeah.
Can I roll for that?
You don't have to roll. You can just talk.
Okay. Little puppet boy. What? Why are you a puppet boy? Why are these toys all just standing around here? Why are they all alive? There's a lot of questions that I have.
Why are they all
This
messed up?
magic is full. There's all sorts of magic on this island, and we were created in the toy shop.
You sound a lot like Winnie the Pooh, but I'll come back to that later. I think. So you were all in the toy shop, and you got what? You got let out? What happened?
So we were made, but we didn't turn out right, so we were discarded. And so we had been wandering around the island, but we don't know what to do. And then this horrible monster, this Bumbledore Sweet Tooth, the Yeti, would find us and tear us into pieces. Because I guess he doesn't like Misfit Toys very much.
Yeah, I don't know
have
if
a
I like
question.
Misfit Toys either. I don't know if I like Misfit Toys either.
Sylvester! Sylvester, you be nice. We need information out of this person. We don't need to ridicule them.
Boy, I wouldn't call
I
it
have
a
a
person,
question for you. Have you seen, Sir Puppet, have you seen this Yeti with your own eyes?
When was he sir?
Yeah, and you can see the camel shark nods as well, and the wooden tetrahedrons hop up and down madly. Yeah, we've all seen the Yeti. He's big and scary, and he's got a nasty scar.
He has a scar, guys. He has a scar across. Does it go through his eye?
Yeah,
his
just
nose?
like that.
Why? What does this have to do with us? Like, what?
Well, it didn't have anything to do with you, but now it does. Our stories have collided. Deal with it, Sylvester. You're not the star of the show anymore? Is that the issue?
Well, I mean,
Listen, while you guys are
that.
bickering, I'd like to talk to the puppet boy again and just ask: have you seen the Fitz? When's the last time you saw Fitz, the toy maker?
Oh, he's not in charge anymore. An evil toy named Krampus Krimbald has taken over the toy shop, and he's the one who made us all wrong.
What?
And that's why
Classic.
Christmas can come.
Classic Krampus.
Where's Fitz? Have you seen this Fitz anywhere, or no? You don't know where he is?
I think he's alive. Is he alive?
Wait.
Yeah, I think he's alive, but he might be locked up somewhere.
Jinx has a question.
All right.
I was just so we came here to investigate the toys and to find the toy maker, but now we clearly have this Yeti situation.
We got several
As we-
situations.
We call this in the biz a bottle episode.
What biz is that, Sylvester?
You wouldn't get it because you're not the leader. Anyways, the
All right, so I want to check the surroundings and see if I can find any tracks where that Yeti has led to.
Absolutely. You can make either a survival check if you have the survival skill, or
I have one.
you can use your wisdom.
I have a survival check.
Yeah, I roll terribly and also have terrible skills. So I turn to Meryl and say, Meryl, why don't you look where the Yeti might have gone?
I would like to. I have a survival bonus of +6. So I'm going to use
Kill
that.
it. Go. Do it.
All right, go ahead.
11.
Okay.
+6.
So you're looking around. You can, in fact, see while snow has fallen and filled in the tracks somewhat. Yeti tracks are pretty big, and you can see there are still some that you could follow. They go up the mountainside, and the puppet toy will tell you that that's the same direction as the toy maker's shop.
Onward and upward.
Hey, you
I
guys.
say-
Hey, wait. Before I say we're gonna head up there, but right before I do, I just turn to my buddies and I go, "You guys ready to save Christmas?" And then I turn and we head up that hill. We head up that hill.
All right.
whoa. Yeah, sure.
Jinx, what do you do as Kenny says that?
Can I roll for an eye roll or like?
Eye roll is free. You get that for free.
Yeah. Wow, my persuasion isn't working on you, is
I
it,
don't
Jinx?
think it's gonna work on Jinx.
My deadly charisma isn't convinced you.
Yeah, but what? I mean, do we? I guess we go. I don't know. I feel like I
let's
should
go.
roll for something or do something, but I don't know what to do.
I think
What do you want to do?
go.
Do you want to go up the mountain?
Yeah, I want to go
All right.
up the mountain to find things to take. I don't know.
Cool. Let's do it then.
As you begin to make your way up the mountain, you notice that the defective toys are sort of following behind you, hopping and walking, occasionally falling into the snow and needing each other's help to get out of a drift and things like that. But they are trying to accompany you on your quest.
Sylvester turns around and can I do an intimidation tactic?
Sure.
Perhaps?
Yeah.
Okay. My intimidation is +5? +5.
Okay.
Okay. 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17. Wow.
Okay.
I turn
and,
around
Yeah.
and I say, you guys gotta stop following us, okay? It was cute, I guess, when we first saw you, but I mean, I don't know. I would rather do this as a group. I don't even like being in a group in the first place, but having a bunch of random toys following us is fine. The group can maybe speak. What do you guys think?
Maybe they're
That was an
benevolent.
intimidation response?
Yeah, why was that intimidation? I just asked you guys
very
what you
complex
think.
intimidation.
Yeah, what do you
think
guys
that,
think?
And it ends with, what do you guys think?
I think that we might be able to benefit from them. They know the island better than us.
Well, technically, I scared them, which makes them maybe it makes them a little more scared of me, perhaps?
Well, someone use their charm and charisma to bring him back and make him talk to us.
Kenny can use his charm and charisma.
Can I do,
The stuffed camel shark starts to shiver when you say those words, Sylvester. And then it says in a tiny little voice, "All the kids want owlbears, not camel sharks."
Aww.
Well, what is that? What the is that, right?
And then it sort of turns around dejectedly.
That's your one F-bomb. That's your one F-bomb.
It turns around dejectedly and wanders back away on its own.
Oh, do you want to persuade them back?
He's gone.
I mean, you know, I hate to kick a broken toy when they're down, but I yell, "Those kids aren't wrong." Just to be mean. And then I just turn my back and I head up the mountain.
Yeah, right. And the camera just pulls back with you, and the toys get smaller and smaller and smaller.
Jinx, what do you think
I
about
was gonna
the
just
toys?
say though, our goal is to get toys to the kids. I mean, they're not the best toys, but they're some toys. I don't know.
I was thinking that.
What if
There are
they're
a couple-
lonely and need friends?
The puppet will shout back because he's the puppet that delivers too much exposition. He shouts back that there are nice toys, but they've all been locked up in the workshop.
Oh, okay, all right.
Oh, we gotta.
Yeah.
Okay, so there's.
Got
Okay,
it.
here's our list.
Oh, maybe I shouldn't have told you that. I doomed us all. Sorry, guys.
Maybe we'll come back for you later, but let's keep
Okay.
going.
Here's our
Okay.
list, though. We have to find this Yeti,
Oh,
kill
what?
it. Yes, we must free the Santa Claus guy, whatever his name is. I forget his name. We need to kill or capture or dethrone this
Krampus.
Krampus, whatever, as well as potentially freeing these toys that are trapped and getting these misfit toys to some misfit kids.
Yeah, we're gonna save Christmas, but that's all gonna happen up the mountain. Let's go.
Right,
Yeah.
right.
Oh, let's go.
right.
Onward.
When you head up into the mountain, you come to a cleft, a sort of a gap between two walls of the mountain, and it's got some snow and some frozen trees in it. But you also see occasional bits of more of this sort of shattered toy debris, like maybe the Yeti is finding stray toys here, there, and everywhere and just tearing them to pieces. When you go into this cleft and these walls of ice are on each side of you, kind of forming this narrow fissure or ravine that you're passing through, the Yeti's tracks become a little bit easier to follow because not as much snow has fallen in here. But you round a corner and you can kind of see tucked inside this icy canyon is a toy maker's shop with a tower built behind it, and the two buildings are sort of attached together. And there's heavy snow weighing on top of the structure. But that aside, you also see, not too far away, on his bum, tearing a toy's head off, is a giant blue-skinned Yeti with white, shaggy hair and a scar diagonally bisecting its hideous face.
Sylvester
And
says, "Hey, I think that's your guy."
It is so sort of preoccupied tearing the head off this doll, and then it's like shaking the doll into its open mouth, but nothing's coming out but little doll parts, and it just spits them out.
I know exactly what needs to happen.
is a
I
dumb Yeti.
pull out my bow, and I want to attack. Can I attack this Yeti from when
you
it's
sure can.
distracted? When it's
Yes, you
distracted, I'm immediately going to do that. I must. There's no other choice. Do you want to? Should I negotiate? Should we talk this through?
Should we negotiate with the Yeti?
Maybe we should have a small conversation before we jump into any combat.
Okay.
Right?
I'll converse with you, but I hope you know this is literally my life's mission.
No,
I will
I-
stay behind to
From a-
fight this
you
thing.
know, from a rogues, we're smart people. I think that, but we know you can't just brute force. There's got to think it
Okay.
through if you want to get it.
Yeah, you can't
Correct.
just brute force. You have to think it through if you gotta, whatever, yeah.
So
Jinx, what is your speciality? Is like getting up close and like sticking it with sharp things, basically?
Yeah, sneaky.
Yeah, that's a nod. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I'm pretty
Okay.
acrobatic. I've got, sneak attack. I got a sneak attack.
you got a sneak
Okay.
attack.
Can sneak
All right,
attack.
so hey, how about
Sneak attack
this?
that thing.
How about this? Meryl, why don't you shoot him? We'll get his attention. We'll get him to come over here, right?
Okay,
And as he
I'll keep
does,
my
I got
distance.
this spell called Maximilian's Earthen Grasp. So I can reach out of the ground,
What?
grab him in one place, and we can let Jinx and and our so-called leader just wail on him. All right?
I want the kill.
I'm fine with
I
that.
want the kill.
All right, you can have the final kill, but I'll trap him. We'll just get his attention, shoot him, and
Okay.
have him come over here. We'll fire it up.
Okay, I'm gonna shoot with my
Okay.
8-sided, right?
So first you have to try to hit. So you roll a d20, and you add your bonus to hit from the weapon.
Where
which
would
is
I find that?
So you saw where the longbow stats were earlier?
Indeed, I did. Yes. So it's a +3 hit.
That's it. So you add +3 to a d20 roll.
Amazing. I'm gonna do it.
Come on.
7.
Oh,
7. Okay. Remember when I said rolling high is good?
oh no.
Rolling low is not quite as good. So your arrow, you didn't account for the wind that occasionally blows through this canyon, and your arrow is carried wide and misses the Yeti entirely. By this time, the Yeti is sort of aware that that something whizzed by its head, but it's still too preoccupied with the doll to think of to know that you're there.
We still need to get its attention, though.
Wow.
Can I I guess you want to get its attention, so
What does the floor look like? Is the floor like frozen ice or what?
Yeah, it's like a frozen ice with a thin covering of snow.
it says I can use an object. So I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to pick up a piece of ice to throw at the back of the Yeti.
You totally
and
can do
that is a plus for, I guess it would be an unarmed strike, right?
Yeah.
So that's
good.
+4.
Okay, so roll and add 4 to your d20 roll. To answer your question too, David, so you guys are sort of in this narrow cleft. There are, in addition to the icy floor underfoot, which is fairly uneven and covered with a thin layer of snow, there are also walls of jagged ice on either side of you, and then weighted snow on top of them. And you can actually hear the icy walls kind of crack around you.
Guys, I roll a 22.
Excellent.
What?
So you hurl that chunk of ice, pap, right into the back of the Yeti's head. It stuns it for a second, it drops the doll, then it gets to its feet in a rage and howls. And as it howls, you hear the walls beside you tremble and crack, and then there's this loud sound, like piles and piles of snow falling down on top of you from above. I would like all of you to make a dexterity saving throw. So,
Oh my.
your dexterity
You have that,
bonus.
+3.
There you go. Whatever your dexterity
I have
bonus
+2.
is, you're +2. Chances are yours is pretty high,
have-
Jinx.
21.
+3.
Okay.
I got a natural 20 again.
Nice.
Well, I got a 21.
16.
Okay. You all make your saving throws and realize that if you stay where you are, you're going to get buried under possibly tons of snow. So your only alternative is to rush toward the Yeti. And when you do, your escape collapses behind you. There is now about 40 feet high piles of snow blocking the way you came in.
All right, let's gear up for battle then, bitches.
Yes. So at this point in time, since the Yeti is alerted, I would like everybody to roll initiative. This is what customarily happens at the start of any combat. You roll a d20 and you add your dexterity bonus to it.
Okay, beautiful.
I got 6.
8.
I rolled so bad.
I rolled bad.
14.
So
No,
6
man,
for
not as bad
Sylvester.
as me. I rolled a 1. A 1. And I have a -1 dexterity.
No, 0.
So I have 0 initiative.
0
Which is basically like me in college.
I got 13.
There's no way you can lose D&D, but I think David just lost D&D.
I just lost.
14. Jinx got.
So Meryl got 14?
No, Jinx got 14. I got 8.
Oh, 8. Got it. Okay. Jinx, what would you like to do after all that snow falls behind you and you tumble out of the way to avoid being buried underneath it?
And I tumble out of the way,
Yeah,
and now we're trapped with the Yeti. Is that the idea?
correct. Yeah, there's you, the Yeti, and then behind the Yeti, some distance off, is the ice-covered toy workshop.
Right. Is there a chance of me getting past the Yeti without having to fight it?
There is lots of room to run around the Yeti if you wanted to avoid it. Where would you like to go to?
I mean, I really hate to leave my new potential friends.
Doesn't seem like you do.
It's just my nature at this point. I'm a runner. Maybe if I could go just to the other side of it and maybe get it to chase me out of wherever we are, and then that gives us all kind of space to maybe go. I don't know.
Oh,
but
okay,
we're
so you want to
trapped.
try to draw the Yeti's attention and have it
Maybe.
chase you?
That seems very bold, but yeah, maybe. I'm trying to make friends. here.
Wow.
Okay.
Yeah. Thank you.
All right. So I was just checking the Yeti's speed to see how quickly a Yeti is. Turns out they're pretty fast.
I have
Yeah, so
30
you-
feet walking.
Excellent.
Throw it at me.
So you begin to run, and the Yeti, seeing that movement, is drawn to it and begins to lumber after you. And it keeps up and actually seems to be slowly gaining ground on you with its big strides. You are close enough to it and kind of casting looks over your shoulder to see how close it is to you. As it is lumbering after you, kind of sometimes on just its hind legs and sometimes on all fours, you see that it doesn't have any teeth. It seems to be missing all of its teeth. Either they must have fallen out or they were removed.
Can I find out why?
Yo,
Not
Gaten,
really.
do you speak Yeti? Do you speak to animals at all?
I don't speak Yeti, but my favorite enemy is a monstrosity, and I believe Yeti falls in that category, no?
They are, yes.
Okay, so what can I do with that ability?
So you have advantage on wisdom survival checks to track your favorite enemy, as well as on intelligence checks to recall information about them. Oh, and look at that. When you gain this feature, you also learn one language of your choice that is spoken by your favorite enemies.
Really? So I can speak
Yes.
Yeti?
She can speak to it.
Yes.
Okay, so here's what I'm doing. I'm gonna say, hey, bitch, you listen here. You mess with me, you mess with my family, you don't even know what's coming for you. And hopefully this distracts him enough from her, in which it focuses on me, so I can gear up for some sort of attack, no?
Sylvester
Yeah.
also asks, hey, also ask him why he has no teeth.
Why do you have no teeth?
Okay, so lots to unpack there. Jinx, you're able to make it basically around to the side of the toy workshop when you hear your companion call out to the Yeti, and it sort of stops, skids, and turns in its direction, in
like,
your
whoa,
friend's direction.
So am I
So
just
now-
like screaming? Am I
So
just like,
now, yeah, exactly. You're just making exactly those sounds.
good.
So can I
And yeah, what do you do, Jinx, as the rest of your action?
can I can I figure out what's going on? Or do I
It looks like a conversation has been struck up in Yeti. You're not sure what's being said, but the Yeti is obviously very confused that somebody like your friend is speaking its language.
okay.
You also hear, you're close enough to the toy shop to hear that there's activity inside.
Yeah. I want to go. They're fine. There's 3 of them, but I'm here. I want to go find out what's going on. Right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
You can see that you're fairly close to a sort of a window. You have to sort of pull yourself up to it. It's covered in frost, though, so you can't see into the toy shop without first clearing the window of the frost.
Okay.
But you could listen at the window.
Okay. Yeah. Can I listen?
You can, and what I'd like you to do is make a perception check for me. Perception is on the list of skills that you may or may not have.
Yeah, I got a +5.
Excellent. So add
go.
5 to your roll. That's perfect.
Ooh, I got a nice 24.
All right. Yeah, you can hear what sounds like hammering and sawing noises, like stuff is being made, or like you would expect in a workshop. Cool. But it's probably enough noise that if you were to somehow find your way inside the place, it would be fairly easy to move around without being heard.
Okay, really noted.
All right. Now back to the Yeti. It tells you that in Yeti, basically,
The toy maker used to give me candy and all my teeth fell out from eating too much candy.
Can I respond?
Yeah.
I hope it hurt.
Oh yeah, it hurt a lot.
All right.
I learned a valuable lesson about pain.
Whoa.
Weirdest thing I've ever done in my life.
Whoa, tables have turned now. Look, think about the spirit of Christmas for 1 second. What is
Screw the
Christmas
spirit of
about?
Christmas. My
What is
whole
Christmas
family
about?
is dead.
It's about
My
forgiveness.
My whole
it's about letting
family
go.
was
letting go. It's about
destroyed. All
I'm gonna
7 of my
I'm
siblings.
I'm casting a persuasion check on. I'm gonna charm person. Oh wait, I think my initiative.
Hang on there. Initiative 0.
Yeah,
Hang on there.
I know my initiative's terrible. I know. I can't do it.
Sylvester, you go before the other leader in your party. What do you do? You can see the wheels turning in Kenny's brain, though. He's got a plan.
To persuade Gaten not to kill him? Sorry, for Meryl?
Uncertain.
All right, I think either of these things could be funny. So I'm gonna try to convince Meryl not to kill the Yeti and just to move on and get inside the toy shop. That's what matters.
Okay. You don't need to make when you're trying to persuade or influence people without using magic. You don't have to make a roll or anything. It's pure role playing between the players. So
Okay. Try me, Sylvester.
Yeah, I don't know if I can convince. It seems like I can't convince you.
10 years in the wilderness looking for this one creature solely because he killed my whole family, and you think I'm just gonna move on when I have him here in my hands?
Have you ever seen Big?
I have seen Big.
It's like the end of Big, you know? Just like, let it go.
Why is that
Right?
the movie you picked?
Well, you know, I mean,
No, I'm not gonna let it go. You guys can keep going. I will stay here and fight by myself. I don't care if it kills me.
Okay, I'm going to just... Listen, I get it, it's Christmas. This thing probably deserves to die, so I'm gonna make an attack on it.
Yes! Thank
Okay.
you. Look at
Go
David.
ahead.
I'm sorry.
Kenny.
David. All right, ready?
Yep.
And is strength my +2, or what is it? Or is it attack? What is it?
So what are you using as a weapon? Because
So
one
I
of the things
guess
you
I
have
would
is a
use.
longsword.
Yeah, I'm gonna use my longsword.
Okay, you are +5 to hit with your longsword.
All right.
Hey.
Oh, 25.
Okay.
Nice.
Natural
So
20.
now, of course, in order to hit it with a longsword, you have to run up to it. So you're basically
Right, so I
standing,
have to run.
you're toe to toe with this thing, and then you stab it with this blade. You plunge your blade in deep, and you deal 1d8 plus 3 damage. So you roll a d8, and you add 3.
Which, is this
to
the
it.
D8?
The diamond.
Yes.
Yeah, the diamond.
correct.
Got it. Okay. 8.
Whoa!
All right. Yes, so you deal a crippling 8 points of damage to it, and it lets out a roar of pain and agony, the likes of which you haven't heard.
Do we know how many
Eat
hit
that
points
candy.
this Yeti has?
You don't know how many hit points he has, and it's hard to tell how much abuse he can withstand. But it'll take more than a single sword stab to put down a monster of this size.
Get to it, Kenny.
Kenny.
Well, now the damage has been done, I have to say. I had a whole speech prepared about Ahab and Moby Dick and, like, about this whole
what's up with
thing
you and
about
Ahab
how,
and
like,
Moby
you're ultimately destroying yourself. And, like, it's like drinking the rat poison, trying to kill. Never mind. Clearly, you're just not even worth it. You're not even worth my. So instead, I'm just gonna immediately cast Agonizar's Scorcher, which is basically my my biggest fire spell directly at this Yeti, and I'm just gonna just to gear up. I just need Meryl. I just need you to just say something humiliating about me. Something
Something
that
humiliating about
yeah,
you?
just make me feel bad about myself.
You're a loser.
Thank you.
You literally,
Okay, great.
you have a...
That's enough. That's enough. You're good. So there you go. With that shame and that humiliation, I summon up this enormous fire
You're
spell.
a loser? That's really it?
It's plenty. It brings back old trauma. The trauma's old.
You have the
trigger
self-esteem.
can be light. The trigger
have
can be
self-esteem
light.
that is
The
made of
old
paper
trauma
mache.
comes back, and I'm a
Your-
pimply little 13-year-old kid, and you're
Your
that
self-es-
pretty girl
your
who doesn't
self-esteem-
like me, who thinks I'm a loser.
Your
So there you
self-esteem
go.
is like paper thin.
Okay. Yes, this beautiful river of fire springs from
Oh, I'm so
Kenny's
sad for you.
hands.
It's we're the worst self-esteem I've ever heard on anyone before.
So this is what, 3d8?
Yes, the Yeti does not see it coming and takes it all to the face.
Yes. Ooh. 8, 1, and 1.
Okay. It is very, very badly. It's smoking. It's burnt fur smell fills this little enclave that you're in. It howls in pain and thrashes about, rolls around on the ground to try to put out the flames, putting on quite a display in front of Sylvester, flailing around. Sylvester, you can see tears of pain roll down his blue cheeks into his toothless mouth.
Yeah, this seems. Listen, you're trying to make me feel bad about this, but like this guy killed an entire family. Is it? It's not my turn, is it?
It is not. You're just witnessing this. So now it is the Yeti's turn. The Yeti, so affronted by all of this, is torn. There's clearly in its eyes a mixture of rage and panic. And I'm just going to roll a die to decide which wins. All right, rage wins. And so it will turn its wrath on Sylvester.
Doesn't it always?
See? This is just like that Melville book.
Oh my God! Shut up! Shut up!
It takes a swipe at Sylvester with a claw, but only rolls an 8, which is not high enough to hit Sylvester's armor class. But then it takes a swipe with another claw, and it rolled a 19 on the die, plus 6 is 25 to hit, which is a major hit. It slashes right across your
Is that
your
not a
chest.
death? Is that not a death?
No, it just I'm gonna tell you how much damage you're gonna take
Okay.
here. So you not only is this claw got a sharpness to it, but it's also supernaturally cold, and you take a total of 10 hit points of damage, which drops you.
I have one hit point left.
One.
One hit
Yes.
point
You
left.
are about to die.
Well,
So you all see a bunch of Sylvester's blood just go splash out onto the snow.
and I can't
Okay.
heal myself, right? I can't heal myself.
You can, as a paladin, you can heal yourself.
But it's not. But
You
it's
got
not
it.
my turn.
Correct. It is
Okay.
now Jinx's turn.
Right. So am I aware of all of this chaos that's going on? Is
Yeah,
there still at the
you are
window?
certainly. Yeah.
I can hear it, and part of me would just really love to just keep going on my own way and getting through this, but I've come to make friends, and it sounds bad, so can I go back?
You can, and since the Yeti has got its back to you and it's distracted with Sylvester bleeding out and spilling his guts out onto the ice, you can attempt to sneak attack it if you want
Yeah, I think I have to. Yeah, I'll do that.
to. Okay. So make an attack roll with whatever weapon you want to use for your sneak attack.
What's good?
So
What's a good
what
choice?
weapons do you have?
A crossbow.
Okay.
A short sword.
A short sword's great for up close, personal, stabby in the back. Whereas a
Yeah.
crossbow, you can stay where you are and hit it with a crossbow potentially.
Well, I don't know. What has a better chance of happening?
Both weapons use your dexterity, so they both have an equal chance of succeeding. So it's really just a personal choice for you. Do you want to get up close and personal with this thing, or do you want to keep a safe distance?
Yeah, no, I want to get up close and personal.
All right, short sword it is.
some words.
Go ahead and roll.
Okay. 10 plus
5?
5? Is that
Yeah.
15?
15.
So 15 is a hit. So you're going to hit with the short sword. What you do to calculate your damage is you roll. A short sword is normally 1d6 damage.
Okay.
But you're sneak attacking, so you get to roll an extra d6. So you roll 2 of these dice, and then add 3 to the total.
Okay, so that's just normal size dice.
Yeah,
of
normal
these?
the normal 6-sided dice. You roll 2 of them, and then add 3.
Okay.
Whoa.
So we got a 6,
Oof. Okay.
a 2.
Okay,
And then
so that's
add
8
3.
plus 3 is 11. All right, so the 3 of you see Jinx just sneak up behind this thing and impale it in the back with this blade. It bends and contorts itself, lets out another yell, and then sort of collapses to the ground between her and Sylvester. It looks like it's still alive, but just barely clinging to life. And it's just kind of lying there groaning and flailing about in pain with this weapon jammed in its spine.
Is this my action?
And it is now your action.
I want to finish the job.
Wait.
I want to take my short
Wait,
sword
just-
and I want to plunge it into its friggin' skull through the eye that it doesn't frickin' have anymore. I want to plunge my short sword right through there, and I want to roll for that.
Jinx, did you wanted to do something?
I would just say wait. I think maybe the truth is, even if you kill this beast, I don't know if you'll ever get closure. I think you should try to talk to it some more.
It's not about closure anymore. The thing is,
we
Jinx,
don't know that until it's
what
over,
it is
right?
for me
you don't
now.
know if you want that until later and it's too late. I think it's just a good.
Even if I've
The
come
Yeti takes
to terms-
advantage of this to say,
Forgive.
in
You
Yeti.
know what I say? This is my one for the day. I say, oh, you. And I am gonna roll to kill this thing.
Oh, Jinx, listen. I mean, I more did the first attack just to get him off our back. Like just to get Meryl off
It's
our
my
back.
life mission. It's literally, I can move on completely after I finish this. I will continue the mission, but I can't, in good conscience, move on after my entire family was slaughtered.
You don't even know why. Don't you want to know why? Do you want to know why?
Okay, actually, you know what? I would want to know why.
Yeah.
Mr. Yeti, why did you slaughter everybody in my family?
Careful.
He says,
Because I didn't have any friends and everybody kept attacking me.
Are you saying my family started it?
I don't remember.
I'm killing him.
I'm killing him. I'm killing him.
Wait,
I'm killing him.
okay.
I'm gonna kill him.
I think we should ask him about who fed him candy? Who was feeding him candy?
Why do you not want me to kill this thing?
I just, I'm curious.
Jinx, here's the thing. We're still saving Christmas after this.
He says,
Toy maker Fritz feed me candy. Kept
Why did he
me.
feed him candy?
Because I was hungry.
So they're friends?
That holds a lot of weight to it, guys, because he was hungry. Do we really need to hear more?
So they're, I don't know. So are they friends? Is the toy
I'm
maker
killing him.
evil? I don't
I'm
know.
rolling now to kill this thing.
All right.
I wouldn't
doing it.
hurt Toy maker Fritz. He gave me candy.
I'm
It
rolling.
sounds like we should also hurt Fritz because we don't,
I'm rolling.
I see that. Go ahead.
Ooh, okay. I rolled a 15, but I also get plus what?
You're plus 3, I believe.
18.
be
Then I
wrong
rolled
with that.
18.
That's more than enough. More than enough to hit.
Okay, so then I roll. Which one do I roll? I have I have 8, right, for my short sword, or D6 for my short sword.
D6 for your short sword.
Okay.
Natalia
so,
really wanted to play. She really wanted to play the passive. She didn't want to kill anyone.
2.
She wanted to
No,
to
I
keep
just
it
thought it just seemed
safe.
like he had information to give.
Yeah, I just
Sure. I mean,
thought
he did
that-
give us information. He did get fed candy because he was hungry by some evil guy named Fritz. So we should, if we
But
find
maybe he
Fritz,
knew where
be able to
Fritz
kill him.
was, right? Like maybe he knew where he'd
Listen.
have information about.
I totally agree with you. We weren't going to change his mind. We were not going to change
We're not
Rail's
gonna change
mind.
my mind.
Yeah, I respect
I rolled a
it.
2
Revenge.
on my
Totally
on my
respect
D6.
it.
Okay, well, he's only got 1 hit point left, so you're able to plunge that blade into his skull.
I
and,
did it.
Yes, he expires and goes limp.
Yes.
Okay.
Okay.
Well,
Let's
on
save
to
Christmas
the toy.
now.
Yeah, on to the toy shop.
Covered in blood. Covered in Yeti blood.
I
All
did
right.
it, guys. My life mission.
Now what?
Now we go save Christmas.
All right, so the Yeti is lying dead in front of the toy maker's shop. The toy maker's shop is closed. There's a door, but it's closed up tight. There are windows covered with frost. There's piles and piles and piles of snow that have accumulated on the roof of this workshop. And then at the back of the workshop is a tall stone tower that's actually part of the same structure, and it too has snow on its cone-like roof.
Well, let's enter. Let's go.
Well, let's see if there's a way we can sneak in at first. We don't want to just make our presence known.
Right. So maybe we.
I
Yeah.
say I have excuse me a sec. In my skills, I have an investigation proficiency of +2. So
Okay.
maybe if I can investigate some secret way to get in, that might be more
Absolutely.
quiet for everybody.
Yeah, go ahead and make a roll.
Okay, I'll make a roll on my D20. Correct?
That's correct.
Okay, and add 2.
Yeah.
20.
Wow.
Wow.
Okay.
Whoa.
So your surveillance of the place, you've discovered that not only is there the front door to the toy shop, but there is also a secret door in the base of the tower.
Ooh.
You can just sort of tell where it is because it has been opened. It's sort of cracked the ice around the tower, and you can see a seam in the stone that has a door-like shape.
You guys want to go through there instead of the front door?
Let's do it.
Yeah. Yeah.
All right.
All right.
Let's go.
When you tug on the door, you see it is quite sturdy and stuck. It will take a strength athletics check to try to pull it open.
Is that for
I say
everyone or for me?
Sylvester goes for that.
Anybody can
Okay,
try.
I'll do that because I have the most strength out of all of us.
Yeah. And a couple of you can try at the same time because the door is pretty big.
Okay, I rolled really, really low.
Okay.
Hold on, sorry. Just getting my thing. I rolled 3.
Okay.
It's nothing.
A
Hang on
3
one
does
sec.
not budge the door.
I have an athletics proficiency of +3, and I rolled a 15. So
That's an 18. And Jinx, did you roll?
I rolled a 2.
Okay. All right. Well, the 15 plus the 3, 18 is plenty to pull this door open, and it grinds loudly, and you're pushing snow out of the way as you open it up. But you can see that there is a torchlit interior with a staircase curling up the stone wall up into the top of the tower.
Okay. Well, guys, what do you say we run up that case of stairs and see what's going on up there?
Yeah, but
Is there any way? So that's not to the workshop, though. That's to the
Correct.
top of the tower.
There is another door on the same level that you're on now. Choices. Which way will they go? Let's find out.
David, what do you think? Or, I'm sorry, Kenny.
Please, thank you. I mean, I think we came here to save Christmas, and Christmas is about toys, so why are we not headed in the direction of where the most likely toys will be?
I agree.
Although, there's another point to be made. We are looking to save Fritz, and that's his name, right? We're looking to save Fritz, and wouldn't you think that the ideal place to hide somebody who's being held captive is up at the top of a tower? Maybe if we start by saving Fritz, it's only gonna trickle down to make it easier for us to save everything else.
Look, you've gotten to kill your damn nemesis. That you've spent, and I didn't want to do that. That was not in my plan book. I wanted to be hear out a poor toothless Yeti who'd been, whose teeth had been.
What if we split up?
What about my poor family?
Oh, okay.
Can we
All
split
right,
up?
Jinx, where you want to go?
I want to go sneak into the sneaky tower because that's what I do.
I'll sneak into the tower with Jinx.
All right,
and I'll
me
go
and
with-
the two leaders of the party then will go we'll go lead ourselves.
Yeah.
Fantastic.
Perfection.
I love it when the party splits up. This is great. This is a treat.
This is gonna be fun.
Okay. here
All
we
right.
go.
Very Stranger
so-
Things-esque.
Yeah, right? So the two of you going up the stairs, are you trying at all to be stealthy or do you just not care?
I think so.
Oh yeah.
Okay.
I mean, the secret tower. I feel like you got to be. Look, I've been in
All right.
some towers. You got to be stealthy.
We both have stealth. I think we both have stealth proficiency, right?
You should probably both, at least, I know Jinx does, and...
I do. What does it mean? I see on the character sheet I have the proficiency, but there's a red D next to the +3. Does that mean anything?
That means that you have disadvantage because of the armor that you're wearing.
Can I take that armor off?
You can remove the armor before climbing the stairs, absolutely.
I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna remove my armor.
Be careful.
Okay, so you just leave it in a pile at the bottom of the stairs, and so
Yeah,
when you guys go up, you're +3 on your roll, Meryl. And what's your bonus to stealth, Jinx?
5.
Yep. Okay, great. So add those numbers to your rolls.
Perfect, and I have +3s.
Ooh, 25. Let's
Well,
go.
okay, look at you go.
Stealthy.
Okay. So yes, Jinx, you get up there silently, and when you reach the top of the stairs, you see that there is a door at the with a landing. The door is open, and you can see into a room. The room is not heated. There are no windows. There are icicles hanging from the rafters, but it is furnished like a bedroom. Seated on a chair that looks like it might be like a potty because it's got a chamber pot under it, is an old white-bearded man encased in ice.
Okay.
Oh,
Like he was frozen in this kind of unfortunate moment.
Is he?
And he's looking under the ice. He's looking at you toward the open door with a look of surprise, but it's just a frozen look.
Okay.
you know who we need right now? We need Kenny Kaboom and his heating spells.
Well,
Yeah.
unfortunately,
Well, we don't have it.
You don't have that.
I told him to come up here with us. I told him to come up here with us.
Figure it out.
Well, I don't know.
Meanwhile,
going-
with the
Right
Meanwhile,
as you
the
say
A
that
story.
phrase, we cut to
yes.
Good.
Boy, I wish we had Kenny right now. Cut to
Yeah.
Kenny and Sylvester have just slunk through the back door.
right.
There is some ruckus in this cluttered toy shop, which is full of creepy old toys on shelves. There is a door on one side of the toy shop that looks like it might open into another area, but it's because it's closed, you can't see into it. But you can see working over a drawing board is what appears to be a living doll with kind of a malevolent expression on his face. And he is like a draftsman trying to work on something. And he's muttering to himself about all of his great plans coming to fruition. But he doesn't notice you yet.
I'm going to get his attention and say,
No.
"Are you Krampus?"
When you say that, actually, all that happens is his head just turns 180 degrees.
I shouldn't have said
Creepy.
it. I shouldn't have said it. I should not have said it, Kenny. Kenny, I'm so sorry. I should not have said it.
And then he produces a wand and fires it at you.
Oh,
And a
terrific.
stream of snowflakes and ice spill out magically and begin to swirl around you. I would like you to make a, let's call it a Constitution saving throw. So,
May
Sylvester.
I butt in? Doesn't he have 1 hit point left?
Yeah.
Yeah, he
What are
does.
you doing?
Yeah, I'm dead after this, I think.
Oh, man.
Dude, Sylvester might die and Kenny becomes the true leader.
Okay.
So
I don't
Sylvester,
want, as
you
much
have
as I know I'm the true leader, I don't want anybody to die. Please roll that Constitution thing. And if, just roll your Constitution thing well, please.
So
do I roll as well?
No, just you, Sylvester.
Just
and
me.
So it's only affecting Sylvester.
Oh.
And this ice swirls around him. You're +1 on your roll.
+1, 10.
Okay. Kenny, you see the ice coalesce around Sylvester and completely trap him.
Oh.
So that he's in a cocoon of ice.
Whoa. All right.
Not good, guys.
This is my specialty. This is where I shine. This is where I got the name Larry Lava. You know? That's where I got the name Johnny Flamethrower. Situations like this. I mean, basically, but I got a couple problems here. I still got this horrible dude with a wand. How far away is the dude? I don't like to be called Krampus from the ice block that is formerly known as Stefan.
So they're about 20 feet apart, and Krampus Krimbold is about 20 feet from you as well.
Oof, 20 feet. I mean, I want to cast this Burning Hand spell, but kind of what I want to do is I want to kind of go through. I kind of want to get on top of Kenny's ice block, and I want to kind of crush it and start my Burning Hand so I melt him out, and then I just shoot the other cone-like burn towards Mr. Krampus.
I would let you kind of split the Burning Hand so you can use one hand to try to melt Sylvester and one hand to shoot a fan of flames at your enemy.
Yeah, let's do that.
All right, excellent. So I have to make a saving throw for Mr. Krampus Krimbold. He did not roll well, so roll damage for your spell.
Oh, yes. What is a 4d6? So...
Oof.
What am I getting? Am I getting like 2d6 for damage, or?
Yeah, we'll say half the damage goes to one, and then the other half is used to melt the ice.
6 and 6. 12.
Oh, crap. All right, your Burning Hands lights this little puppet demon doll on fire.
Yeah.
And he just starts running around, waving his wand in a panic, and doesn't know how to put out the flames. Your other half of the spell melts the ice around Sylvester. Sylvester, you are fine.
Do I have a quick second with a little action point to just turn to him and go, "You're welcome"?
All right. So the other two who are upstairs can see that they've got this frozen guy, and then you probably heard from down below a whoosh sound, like flames erupting.
We know it's up here now.
Yeah.
There's not much we can do about it. I'm not a magic. I don't use any magic.
Yeah.
There's nothing I can do to save.
Guy.
I'm not a magic guy.
We can't
I just got a bow and arrow and I got intuition. What do you have any magic? Do you have any magical
I was
abilities?
just, I don't know, could you just like pick him out of the ice or I don't know.
I don't know if we really have time to pick anyone out of the ice, especially because we're hearing what's going on downstairs. Do you think we should just get downstairs to see what the ruckus is about and come back to this later?
Yeah, we should probably.
Okay, let's get the F out of here then.
You can either clomp down the stairs, in which case it'll take you a little bit, or you can slide down the banister.
I'm sliding down that freaking banister is what I'm doing.
Let's take a slide.
If you do that, though, I'm going to have you make a dexterity saving throw to see if you land on your feet at the end.
And now that we're here, I have a question. On this, it's on the saving throws, there's little circles on the leftmost part of each one, and some of them are filled in. I have 2 that are filled in with white dots. The rest aren't white dots. What does that mean?
Right. That just tells you if they're not filled in, you're not proficient in those saving throws, so they tend to be lower.
Well,
whereas
I am proficient in dexterity saving throw.
Yes, you are.
So I get a +3 on my roll?
So is Jinx, yeah.
Yeah, let's do it.
Then we're sliding.
All right.
Okay.
Go ahead.
Oh crap! 6.
Oh,
Not good enough.
Not good enough. I'm
9.
tumbling down those stairs.
I got a 1.
You got a 1?
A 1?
Well, 6. I got a 6 altogether, but like.
Oh, 6
both
total.
got 6.
Okay, both of you do not fare well. You tried to go down the banister.
Wrong choice.
It's
Yeah, guys, let's go slide down.
It's kind of slick with ice and frost. You end up going a heck of a lot faster than you expected. And when you hit the bottom, you each take 3 hit points of damage.
What?
So how do you
Two
can you
sacks
do
of
that on your sheet?
potatoes.
Yeah.
Special delivery, Jinx
Got no
and
constitution.
Meryl.
None.
So Kenny and Sylvester, you hear them crash down at the bottom of the staircase and wipe out completely.
Silly.
So Sylvester, what do
Yeah.
you do now that you're free from the ice and you
Well,
see
this
this
thing
little
is-
doll
this-
running around?
Thing is on fire, so I'm gonna try to attack and finish him off.
Okay.
Right? I mean, don't you think?
Yeah, I mean, I thought your first thing would be to like turn to me and say like, "Thank you
Oh,
so
like
much."
thank you.
But yeah, you can attack the dude. No, attack the
here's the
dude.
thing.
Attack the
The
dude.
only, you know what's insane
fine,
actually
it's
is if I would have died, I would have said, I always knew deep down that you were the leader. But now that I'm alive, I really don't give a shit. So let's.
But in D&D,
story of
talking
my
is a
life.
free action,
Go
so
ahead.
you can
Go ahead.
thank Kenny and make an attack.
Ready? Oh, thank you. Okay, 19 and then plus, is it 3?
Oh yeah, you're gonna hit. You're gonna hit. Absolutely.
That's, yeah. Okay, cool.
All right, and so you're 1d8. You roll one of those diamond dice again,
Yeah.
and then don't forget to add 3.
8. 8.
Is that with the +3?
Yeah.
Okay.
No, well, I mean, yeah. No. I got like 8 on the thing.
Okay.
So,
so
I got
add 3 to that.
19.
Yeah.
So 19,
you rolled,
then
yep.
8, then 3.
Okay, great. So the 8 plus the 3 is 11 points of damage.
Right.
Nice.
Pretty good.
All right. So
hit.
you run up with your sword and you just decapitate that doll.
Wow.
And it just falls dead, still clutching that wand that it used.
I
to
guess that was
encase you
pretty.
with.
Guys, I was pretty in the moment there. I did not. I didn't mean for it to go that fast.
Oh, it's Christmas.
Between you and Kenny's fire, it took a lot of damage.
Right. Okay.
Good job, guys.
Yeah, I walk up.
Yeah.
I walk up to that thing and I just put my foot on that wand just to make sure that he's not going to
Yeah.
twitch and do anything, not going to resurrect here or anything. And I just lean down and I go, sorry, we've deemed you unsafe for children.
Wow.
That's amazing.
And then I just kick his head across the room. What's up with that wand? Is that wand? I mean, I don't really need a
gonna
wand
say,
because I'm whatever,
take
the
that
best.
wand.
But I do want to pick up that wand and be like, what is this?
Yeah, you sort of pick up the wand, you kind of flick it around. You can sense that it's got some pretty juicy magic inside of it.
Here's another. Wait. Here's another.
I feel like I'm kind of cheating on fire by playing with an ice wand, but I guess there's room for some exploration.
Well-
I think I'm just gonna pocket that wand. I mean,
Okay.
yeah. Is that you guys?
Yeah, I just wanted to do. I just have been thinking about trying to do another one-liner, which is I stopped believing in magic years ago.
It's not as good.
Not as bad.
As good as we've deemed you unsafe for children.
I'm sorry.
No, so
I'm
you
the
say
leader.
that.
There's like a mechanical cricket on a shelf that just starts to.
Doll.
Exactly.
I'm trying to come up with one. I'm in the corner.
And then
I'm in the
that
corner trying
robot
to come up with one.
tumbleweed just rolls through. Yeah.
Doll with toys. I'm in the corner trying to come up
pat
with
you on
one.
the back, and we all pat you on the back and go, "You are the true leader," condescendingly.
Yeah.
Oh.
So the two of you who fell off the staircase can pick yourselves back up and join. You're with the rest of your gang now.
3 hit points.
But I'm Jinx, what happened upstairs? Why are you falling all over yourself coming down here? What happened?
We thought we could be
there's,
cool.
Well, yeah. I mean, we're fine. We're fine. We're like, it's like a bruise. We're fine. But upstairs, though, that's what you want to hear about. That's there's a guy in an ice block. So that's what we figured out.
Kenny, we need your help.
Oh, yeah. Oh,
Kenny, we need you to use your fire spells.
Yeah, I heard that. I just wanted to hear you say it. Cool. Okay.
Yeah, Kenny, we need your help.
Yeah, I'm gonna head up those stairs. I just wanted to hear you say it explicitly.
All right.
So while I head up those stairs, I want to see this guy. He was in a compromised position.
Exactly. You see Fritz von Weirg in his compromised position, frozen in a block of ice, very similar to what happened to Sylvester.
I'm gonna crank out that burning hands again, and just they get all smoldery and nice, and I just lean right in there, and
Yes, all of it washes away, and you see, like he's just been frozen in time, Fritz snaps out of it and wakes up, and then realizes he's got his pants down around his ankles, and there are four strangers looking at him while he's on the crapper.
He's on the toilet.
He quickly stands up and pulls his trousers up, tightens his belt around his ample waist, and says, "Oh, thank you very much." And then he sort of salutes you and he says, "You have freed me from my prison. Did you deal with the treacherous toy?"
I would say so. Yeah, we did. What a weird thing. Why did he do that to you on the toilet? What an embarrassing thing.
Yes, it is very embarrassing, I must say. Not how I would have liked to have met you.
Hey, well, nice to meet you, I guess.
I am Fritz von Weirg, toy maker extraordinaire.
Hi, Fritz.
Fritz,
How long have you been in there?
it looks like you got a bunch of cleaning up to do, man, because there's some weird rogue toys running around here with a bunch of like square hula hoops, things that should not exist
don't have
in
homes
nature,
either.
man.
He'll rush downstairs in a slight panic to see what Krampus Krimbold did to his beloved toy shop. And when he looks in the room and he sees all the things on display, he's like, "Oh dear, this is bad. This is not good." But fortunately, and he sort of rattles a loop of keys that were previously frozen to his belt, but now he can use. He waddles over to the other door in the toy workshop and unlocks it and opens it up and says, "Fortunately, I have this warehouse of toys from last year."
Yes.
Yay, because the winter, because you couldn't get the toys. So now we're going to use them for this year.
Dun, dun, dun. Music plays.
Guess who saved Christmas?
If only I had my wand.
We did.
We saved Christmas, guys.
No.
Oh,
Damn it.
You said what?
so sad.
If only I had my wand.
Damn it.
Without it, I cannot make the deliveries.
You got to give him his wand, Kenny.
Yo.
No.
Hey, this is about.
I don't even know
Hey,
what you're talking
what did you tell me? What did you tell me, Kenny? What did you tell me before that saving Christmas was more important than the Yeti? I think saving Christmas is more important than you getting your little trophy.
I didn't think that. I think maybe
Kenny
perhaps
contemplates
we can.
for like.
Hold on. Hold on.
A solid
the two
minute,
leaders will.
He pauses.
The two leaders.
While
The two leaders will talk.
Sylvester just continues to babble on and won't shut up.
There's you know what's really weird about this is that there's so many things
And a
around here that are
single
so
tear.
weird. Kind of a weird thing going on over here.
Hang on.
What are you talking about?
Hang on.
man?
I'm having a moment. So Sylvester, I'm having a moment. All right? I'm having a
Sorry, I was just talking more about the stuff on the walls and funny stuff. I don't know.
I've lived my whole life manipulating people, scamming them, just trying to make, and I really do want to do good in the world. I mean, what have I come to? And a single tear rolls down my cheek.
Kenny!
And I pull the wand out from my jacket. And I slowly hand it over to Christoph. And
What?
and I wink, and as I hand it to him, I see him probably warmly smile. It's such a generous act.
Yes.
And I wink, I can't really wink, but Kenny winks. Kenny winks and goes, "Hey Santa, take me off the naughty list, would ya?"
No. Sylvester
And he just
leans
turns
into.
around.
No. Sylvester leans in
And he
to
just
Meryl and goes,
majestically
"Leaders don't
walks
cry."
off into the distance.
Oh, is that what you said?
He says,
To
Sylvester goes, "Leaders don't
behead
cry." To which
the Yeti.
Oh, okay.
No, I want to go down and chop the head off the Yeti because, hey, guess what, Meryl? Guess what? I think we got an extra seat at the bar right next to that white dragon head.
Hey,
And what if we
I
hang
get
that
to put
puppy
my.
there and you, me,
That's a good idea.
and go have a drink there? And you know what? If he's nice and shuts up, we can invite Sylvester and we can call the polar bear, and we could all go have a nice drink.
Jinx, what do you think you're gonna do after this? Jinx, where are you gonna go home, or would you like to come to the tavern and have a drink with us?
Oh, it's tricky. I was thinking about trying to steal that wand back for myself.
Oh.
Jinx!
My nature.
That's where you're talking about not killing people, and they're just like, dude, also
Just looks so
Sylvester.
nice. I don't know.
Sylvester-
It's just a nice thing.
Well, you know,
Sylvester-
one thing you've learned, Jinx, is that, Fritz von Weirg is obviously, vulnerable. He's prone to making evil toys who turn on him. Maybe he needs somebody to help him out and tidy up and get his workshop in order and give you an opportunity to stay behind and maybe see what that wand can do and
And then
avail
you can
yourself.
steal it.
And then steal it.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Sylvester leans in. He leans into Meryl and goes, "Remember when that guy started crying? It was so stupid. Like, the leaders don't cry." And then an icicle drops on his head, and he goes,
All right.
God.
If Fritz is allowed to use his wand briefly, he waves his wand around, and a bunch of toys come flying out of the warehouse and throwing themselves into sacks. He goes out in front of the toy shop where the headless corpse of the Yeti has bled out, and Kenny is standing there with its head in hand. It's by the horns.
I got it.
Fritz waves his wand again, and rising up out of the snow are reindeer made of snow. And then he has the sled brought out and tethered to it, and the sacks of toys loaded on board. And he says, "I have a lot of work here to do to clean up this mess, so perhaps you would be good enough to make the delivery for me."
What?
We get to be Santa.
Christmas presents to the kids.
We are.
"Is Santa Werner Herzog?" You sound exactly the
Yes,
same
pretty
as Werner
much.
Herzog.
Pretty much.
Okay. Well, great. We get to deliver presents to the kids.
I'm so excited.
What are we
Maybe I
gonna
can
do?
find the one that looked like my sister.
Don't forget the babies.
Don't forget the baby.
What?
Yeah.
Babies.
Sorry. A Werner Herzog reference. I'm sorry.
That's so funny. Don't forget to eat the shoe.
All right. So who among you is going to ride the magic sleigh and deliver the toys to all the good girls and boys?
I volunteer as tribute.
All
That
right,
sounds
well,
like a fun. Because I have no
all-
other goals in life. I killed
As-
the Yeti.
Yeah, all of you can, or, whatever.
I
I'd
think
love to
I think we
join-
should all ride off together. We should all ride
I
off
feel like
together.
I mean, this is a once in a lifetime opportunity, I feel like.
We must.
True.
You know.
must.
True.
Yep. Even
All
though
right.
even though the non-leader of the group suggested that, I agree with his decision, and I would like to ride and deliver toys to the children as well.
Yeah.
All
Oh,
right.
yay.
I said that.
Then, that is how this great adventure ends, with you guys riding off into the Aurora Borealis with your sleigh drawn by snow reindeer until you reach 10 towns where people are drawn out of their homes, and you cast toys down into the arms of all the happy girls and boys.
That's so fun. It turned so violent for a second.
Right?
What a happy way to end it. We contemplated letting a Yeti survive after being scorched to all hell.
Yeah. If you had kept the Yeti, this is all behind the scenes stuff now.
Okay.
If you had spared the Yeti, he would have turned and become your ally, but it didn't look like you needed much help to deal with poor Krampus Krimbold.
He killed my family.
I sense that. There's
True.
He killed my family, and he had to.
But truly, closure, revenge, but closure is always.
I think hanging that thing's freaking head up on the tavern wall is
mounted on a wall.
That's all the closure I need.
Yes, that's the coda. That's the coda. Is the head being mounted up on the wall of the Northlook Tavern, and you guys.
David,
there you go.
You mentioned that a white dragon might be your father. Is that what you said at the beginning?
Relax.
But he would be dragonborn, would he not?
Did you just kill a dragon? Was that your dad?
Did you kill your dad?
First time, just context clues. I was just trying to
he
piece it
does
together.
probably have an Oedipal complex, like a huge one, but that would be like 2 on the nose, I feel like.
Okay. Got it.
All right. First to you guys, thank you for sitting down with me, with us, for taking the time out of your days to have this incredible game of D&D on.
Very fun.
To celebrate the holiday. So, thank you for that. I want to thank Sirenscape for providing all of the great sound effects that we heard and the music for the game. It helps bring D&D and games like this to life. And if you want to use their audio for your adventures at home, you can go to sirenscape.com. Thank you also to Dogmite Games, who created the dice boxes and the DM screen that's in front of me. You can get their handmade tabletop gaming gear at dogmite.com.
Very cool.
And a massive thank you to Solo Cinnabot, which I'm looking at right now.
Yeah.
Their technology, their ingenuity has elevated this production and brought it to a completely different level. Right. Thank you, everybody. This was a spectacular game, and happy holidays. Have safe, happy holidays.
Thank you, guys.
Watch Stranger Things. Watch Stranger Things season 4 when it comes out.
One day, one day. I see everyone has a pen and paper. Should I have a pen and paper? Hey, Dad!
Gaten, do you want to see my self-portrait?
Hey!
I can tell I'm gonna hate Sylvester.
No, he's kind of He's kind of like a fun wild card.
So what are you, Gaten?
My guy's name is Meryl Streep.
Meryl Streep.
I'm sorry.
Amazing.
Meryl Streep. Meryl Streep. Streep.
Stroop like
With a P.
stroopwafel.
Yeah, like
Stroop
instead of E's, it's O's.
Okay, yeah.
All right, we're starting up. Thanks, Dad.